Welcome to the Chancellor's video blog. I'm Dr. Bruce Leslie, Chancellor of the Alamo Colleges, and I'm standing in front of Northeast Lakeview College to share with you that in the final leg of their accreditation journey, which has taken us about 7 years, the visiting team last week found no issues with the over 96 principles that they came to evaluate Northeast Lakeview on, including the 8 issues that the special committee had identified from a special audit that had taken place at the end of last year. And so we're really optimistic that the SAC-COC, the accrediting agency's board, will in fact award accreditation to Northeast Lakeview College and clear the other 3 colleges from those technical issues that they had raised last year. So obviously we can't announce that they will do that. They don't meet until June or in December. And at this point, the colleges, all colleges, presentations to the board are scheduled for December. But because of the progress we've made, we've asked them to move that to June. And we hope to hear in March whether they will do that or not. So we're very, very proud of Dr. Cleary and the faculty and staff at Northeast Lakeview College, and literally the whole team, because all these issues or these principles that have to be complied with are done here in a collaborative, collective way because they affect all 5 colleges essentially in the same way. So in order for us to achieve accreditation and reaffirmation, which is a 5-year process that goes on ongoing, we do have to work collaboratively and make sure that our students and our community are well served by what we do. The good news is that any of the issues that had come up in the special audit were technical issues. They were not substantive issues, meaning they had nothing to do with our finances or with our teaching and learning, with student success, financial support, fiscal issues, none of that. And of course, the Alamo Colleges has become the greatest producer of college degrees and certificates among community colleges in Texas this year, compared to 10 years ago when we were the lowest producer of degrees and certificates. And our students achieve the baccalaureate, those who transfer achieve a baccalaureate at the 2nd highest rate in the entire state of Texas, just behind Austin Community College. So our quality is solid. Our AAA bond ratings indicate our solid financial situation. So completing this accreditation process, which is always very time-consuming and demanding, will be great relief for all of us. Also want to share with you, I mentioned last time that the board has decided to proceed with a bond election in May, a general obligation bond that will anticipate no tax increase. We've stewarded our funds so effectively, we've managed our debt so effectively that without any increase in the rate of taxes, we can generate $450 million that will help us to achieve several key issues. Number one, and you've probably read the Express News whole series about the anticipated 1 million or so additional residents who will be moving to this region by 2030, 2035, and therefore all of us in secondary and higher education have got to plan for that anticipated growth. Number two, we have buildings that frankly were built in the 50s and 60s and either need major repair or need to be torn down and replaced. And part of that process, we're going to be creating what we're calling centers of excellence. There's so many high priority skill areas that our employers want us to focus on. IT, medical, manufacturing, aerospace, and so hospitality. So we're going to be rebuilding and refurbishing these buildings around this idea of centers of excellence so we can provide even greater education and more people to complete their programs at the Alamo Colleges and provide the skilled employees that our employers are so desperate for. Third, we need to extend our reach into Bexar County. We're going to be adding what we call regional centers, so there's some land to purchase and some buildings to build. That's built off of the model that we developed about 10 years ago called the West Side Education and Training Center, the WETC. In conjunction with the city and other partners, we've now just opened the it's ETSI is what we're calling it, the East Side Training Center, and we want to do one on the south side and one on the north side as well, so we're deeper into the communities, greater access for local residents to be able to get the skilled training and the degrees that they seek. And then finally there's technology, a constantly changing area, and we must invest and continue to invest in that area. So great news is we will be before the public at the May election cycle. Finally, San Antonio College and Northwest Vista College were recently recognized by Hispanic Outlook magazine as two of the top producers of Hispanic graduates. We're very proud of that. Interestingly, because we're individually accredited colleges, the national media only get data from each of the colleges separately rather than the aggregate of the whole Alamo colleges. But if you took the aggregate of the 5 Alamo colleges, we are actually either number 1 or number 2 producer of Hispanic graduates in the nation. So we're very, very proud and particularly grateful to the faculty and staff that are working so well in making all of our students feel at home, welcomed home here, so that they succeed at much greater numbers than anywhere else in the country. Also, SAC was just named, and I understand St. Philip's and Palo Alto also is one of the nation's best colleges in online learning. This is an area we're putting more emphasis on. It's an area of greater interest and demand, and we've been working in this area for the last couple of years. The criteria focus on the cost, because our cost is so low, the ratio of faculty to students, and the percent of students who are on financial aid as indicators of the performance of these programs. And so SAC in particular was named Best Nursing Degree and Best Online Associate Degree Program. So congratulations to Robert Vela and the faculty and staff, and again, the whole district team working collectively on improving and expanding distance education. Thanks for joining me. Have a great week. I look forward to talking to you next week.